when I had my son, I wanted to do something different. I didn't want him to be where I'm at. I didn't want him to see the things that I had seen as a child. Uh, I wanted him to know what the concept of a man really was. I didn't want to instill a lot of things that my dad instilled in me and my son. Um, I wanted my son to have a better shot at life than I did. My wife had relapsed, and there was a lot of stuff, a lot of different factors going on. Like her parents were domestic violence victims and offenders, both of them. So, like, there was a lot of trauma and a lot of abuse in her childhood, and there was a lot of abuse and trauma in my childhood. Um, but she had relapsed. Um, I caught her messaging somebody about drugs, about getting drugs, um, and like I don't know, man. It was like a mental lapse. Like I lost it. I shorted out for sure. I told her like if you're not going to go to rehab, you need to get out. You need to get away from us because you're not going to continue to do that in our home to our family in front of our son. Like I don't want that for him, and I don't want that for me or us. Things were already elevated. As soon as I found out, things were elevated, and it just got worse and worse. And um, I grabbed her by the arms and said, "You're leaving. You're getting out of our house um, because she didn't want to stop." In that moment, there wasn't anything that I could even do. There wasn't in that moment. Um, the whole thought process that I have going on now is not the thought process that happens um, in those instances. In those moments where everything's not okay, where you're scared, where you're uh, insecure, when everything falls apart, there's nothing you can really. There's not a thought process. There's not logical thinking. No logical thinking happens in that process. But I know now that I was imposing my will, I was using me being stronger than her to make her do what I wanted her to do, which is abuse. My behavior was not okay whatsoever. Since I've been clean, I've always tried to be a better person than I was the day before. And when that happened, it made me feel, just made me feel horrible, man. I felt bad enough with everything that was going on in my life. We went to court and they said that I needed to take domestic violence classes. I called the Family Justice Center, and the only thing they offered was healing the home. I just Googled it. I was looking for places to go. Right off, I was hearing things that I could relate to. I was hearing things that made sense. There wasn't anybody to say, "Hey, look, uh, come on in and let's figure it out." Healing the home did that for me. When home's no longer safe, man, it's not a real good feeling. But I know that continuing the process um, of getting better is the only way that it's going to change.